think there's explosions in this game.
Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we're over there. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Hello again if you're a returning listener or viewer, and welcome if this is your first time. Here at Remember 64, of course, we will play and discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between in the Nintendo 64's library. My name is David Petrangelo, and I am on a mission. I am on a mission to destroy every exploding box possible. Take that, you Pinewood scum. I will unload a full clip of ammo or more to topple your evil plans. With me, as always, Jiggy Lookback. Hello.
Jiggy WinBack. But let me say, I am so thrilled to finally find a game that I think I roll more in than Ocarina of Time.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even more?
Movement. Oh, yeah. I was rolling quite a bit.
I mean, I was too. I don't know if I would say more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ultimate defense.
Yeah, you're like pretty much invincible.
Yeah, you roll and you dodge bullets. Crazy.
Yeah.
Who knew it was that easy? That's gonna be my strat. If I'm ever somewhere and someone's like open shootout, like just going crazy, like public setting, I'm just gonna get on the ground and start rolling because they can't hit me.
Mm-hmm. In any direction, you know, it's just in a
just
3D
forward.
space. Forward even works.
Forward.
Like, towards them.
Yes.
And you'll be fine.
You roll at them.
Yeah. It's like I feel like that's like a scene from like Pineapple Express or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that, where it's like you just anyways.
Holy crap, he's agile as hell.
Oh no, he's too agile for my bullets. Quickly get behind this ledge. With us though, we have three of us. If you're watching and our video and our live stream here on YouTube, we have a guest with us. I believe this was something that we would have wanted to do anyways, but I think Paul from Remnant Controllers put up their hand and said, "Hey, you know what? This is a game that I want to tap you for." And I said, I would love to play WinBack Covert Operations. Paul, welcome to Remember 64. How are you?
I'm great. That was our exact conversation, by the way, word for word.
Pretty much
recapping.
Yeah. I didn't have it in front of me. It's burned into my memory. Like it's just pure memory. Paul, you've been a supporter, a watcher, a listener of the show for the last little while. You've popped into live streams, which is awesome. So I appreciate that. But also even more than that, Remnant Controllers itself. We have to talk about that because yes, you are a fan of the N64. Yes, you are a gamer. Yes, you are a friend. But let's talk a little bit about your work, because if anyone doesn't know, it is in some way linked to being a part of the Nintendo 64. So let's talk a little about that. What is Remnant Controllers? What do you do?
So I started Remnant Controllers a couple years ago, 2020 or 21, I think. I got my N64 out of storage.
Time's a flat circle. It's okay. That's all right.
That's right. And I grabbed my controller out. I'm like, man, this does not feel good. This joystick feels like powdery and scratchy. This is bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I ordered a controller off eBay. I'm like, all right, OEM, here we go. It's going to feel great. All right. No, loose stick, floppy, terrible. I'm like, okay, there's nuance to this. There's a way to fix this. So I opened it up, saw what the inside of a used N64 controller joystick looked like. And I thought, man, how many other people are digging their consoles out and this is how their controller feels? And they're like, this isn't how I remember it. This console sucks. And they put it back away. They're done. So I got it fixed up, and then I'm like, I like to tinker, I like to take things apart, put them back together. I always have since I was a kid. So I came up with this plan. I'm like, I can buy up these old worn junk controllers that nobody wants, fix them up nice with some quality replacement parts, and send them back out into the world and improve this used N64 controller market, because it was bad. I mean, it was a gamble for the most part, or overpriced depending on where you went.
Well, yeah, because
that's what I do with the controllers.
Yeah, you're grabbing. I mean, you have quite a few things that you're working through and up on the store and stuff. Like, how do you find these, and where do you look? Like, I don't want to give away like a strategy if that's like part of the business or whatever. But like, if anything, it can't be super easy to find something that is not easily fixable or able to recharge or whatever, but something reliable enough that you can actually make it useful again. Like, is that tricky? I feel like it can be a real hit and miss type of experience.
It is. It's a lot of buying in bulk, eBay auctions and whatnot, and you can't save them all. So sometimes something is used for parts, for something that can be saved, which is fine. That's fine.
Nice.
But yeah.
So you are rejigging jigging the N64 controllers, but you do have other stuff too. But that's a good bulk of what you do is you're making these controllers useful again for gamers and fans out there, which is it's the God's work, man. It's you're doing that stuff. But you know what? You're right. Like your story of getting it going is probably not uncommon, where someone grabs a controller of any console really, but there's something about the joystick and the way the 64 controllers shaped and built and stuff where it just feels like it's just made to be dirty, I guess. I don't know.
It's plastic parts rubbing on plastic parts. I mean, it's
yeah.
Oh,
well, if anyone wants to
geometers,
too much Mario Party, like it's just
all I could think of when you were talking about just the nuance of fixing up controllers and stuff. I have a copy of Majora's Mask on my N64, which that cartridge is like exceptionally brittle. Like the plastic they used is trash. But I was just thinking about one of my best friends. He's the one who sold it to me, and it started like cracking, and his solution to fix it was just to super glue the crap out of it. It's just like got glue.
But it's usable, right? Is it usable?
It plays, and it's but I had to clean glue off of it. I'm like, dude, what the heck? He's like, I don't know, I was 15, just felt like the right decision at the time.
That sounds like a 15-year-old's hot fix.
Yeah. Limited resources. You do what you can, I guess, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Paul, if anyone wants to reach out, if they want to see your work, if they want to head to the store, what's the best way to make sure that they do that?
Remnant Controllers on Etsy is where it all happens. That's where you can purchase. I don't do international shipping right now. That's just been a little tricky over the past year. So
I wonder why in the last
we don't need to get into
14-ish months it's been tricky. Yeah, no, it's
I don't know.
Unfortunately, it's probably too
something
obvious.
in the air.
So
it's just something in the air. I'm also on Blue Sky, active on Reddit, active on YouTube. Fastest way to get a hold of me is message me on my Etsy shop or message me on Blue Sky.
Amazing. And that's Remnant Controllers and
at Remnant Controllers.
I'll put a link to that in the show notes. If anybody has not written it down or remembered or whatever, I will have it in the show notes for the video and audio feed, so people can check that out. Okay, so let's get into WinBack Covert Operations, everybody. Ooh, actually, I almost forgot one more thing. I did put up that Zelda poll I've been talking about. If anyone wants to take part in that, that is up on YouTube, where we are finding I have choice of 3 Zelda games that came before Ocarina of Time, and we want to narrow down our choices of what we're going to play leading up to that game when we cover it later this year. So we did a very similar thing with Banjo-Kazooie last year, where we played a couple of games in that franchise, the handheld versions, and then Nostalgia 64 as well, which was a lot of fun leading into a game that me and Jiggy for sure absolutely love, and cool experience. So in order to help us make a choice, one of the games we want to play, we want to have you try to narrow down what they're going to be. So we have the first 2 Zelda games on NES, and then we have Link's Awakening. You can vote on those, and I'll keep the poll up for a while. It's on YouTube. You'll find it under the polls and posts section, but also on social media. I'll be pushing it out there too. As of this recording right now, I think we're about a week into voting, maybe just a little bit less. Link's Awakening is ahead by more than I thought it would be at the moment. I thought people were going to make us play Zelda 2 for some reason. I don't know. I had this like feeling. So we'll see how it shakes out. We don't know exactly when we're going to play Ocarina of Time, but we will sort of put that out there as we get a little closer to the date. So I just want to make sure that was out there. But okay, WinBack Covert Operations. That is the game we are playing and talking about today. Jiggy, look back. Do you know of this game? Did you know of this game? And how was it?
Nope, never played it before. It's one of those few. I remember this being announced on NSO, and I was like, "What's WinBack?"
Yeah, what?
And then I played it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's like Metal Gear Solid, basically." Yeah, it was fun. I can't really complain about it too much. It's very repetitive, like you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. But it's a fun loop, I guess.
Yeah. So this is basically you went in pretty blind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blind and
did you play it on your 64 analog or on NSO?
I actually played this on NSO. Okay. Normally I try to get the game and play it on my 64 or my analog these days. But I was like, you know what? This is on NSO. I'm gonna give it a shot on that, and it worked pretty well. I even used it with the Joy-Cons, which I also normally never do. Once I got used to the controls, because it was a little weirdage stuff going on, but once I got used to it, yeah, it was pretty solid.
You got a flow going.
Thank the Lord for like auto aiming. Okay, I just can't imagine what it would have been like without that.
Bad.
Yeah. It's a big part of what the game offers, I guess you could say. Paul, what about yourself? Going into this, ever on your radar? Something? I mean, obviously you said that you had in your list. You're like, let's talk about this. And so yeah, did you have like a history with it, or is it just like I'm super interested, I want to try it?
I have a bit of a history with it. It was a weekend rental, early 2000s, probably 2000, 2001. I remember picking it up from Family Video, and did not have a controller pack back then. So I would have the pleasure of replaying the first few levels all weekend.
Classic rental story.
I was like 6, so I could never get past the first boss. She would kill me every time. But I remember being so into it, playing outside with my siblings as kids. We'd have squirt guns and Nerf guns and whatnot. I would mimic Jean-Luc's somersault.
Nice.
You can't hit me.
You can. You always won because you were just somersaulting all the time.
No one could hit me. And then I did not play it again until 2021, shortly after I got my N64 back out and got my controller situation squared away. Got a controller pack and made it all the way through. Felt like I was doing a favor for my younger self. It was great. But yeah, I liked it back then.
Jean-Luc. You felt like Jean-Luc.
I was Jean-Luc. Liked it back then. I was Cougar. And I just got done with another run last week in preparation for this, and yeah, it's a good time. Maybe not a great time. It's a good time.
There you go. So I have I knew of this game, but I never really played it. I don't think I played it at the time. I don't recall. I mean, maybe I got hands-on one weekend or something. I don't know any friends that had it. I think I probably would have remembered that because I feel like it's something we would have picked up every once in a while, but I don't have any of those kind of core memories of it. And then when it came to NSO a couple years ago, I said, yeah, sure. I'm going to give this a shot. And I played, and this was just as I was getting this podcast started. So it was very close to that time or just after. And I was like, oh, this would be an interesting, I feel like not a lot of people know what this game is. This could be a cool, I didn't know if that was the case in the moment I was playing it, but I was like, okay, I'm going to play the first couple levels. I think I did the same thing. I played on the Switch and did it with the Joy-Cons and I recall being like, oh, this is cool. Like I'm getting my butt kicked every once in a while, but it's cool. Like I'm gonna put this on the back burner and we'll play this. Didn't happen. Obviously, it's like 3 years later we finally got to it, but this time picked it back up, started from the beginning, played on the 64, and did not have save states or anything, which, depending on how you're doing, may extend your playtime of this story. But I think it's funny because it keeps track of how long you're playing the game for. At the end of each stage, it says how long you've been playing for, but it doesn't account for the fact that you've probably replayed that level 3 times. It's just what your completion time is, and like that's not actually what's going on here.
No.
But I think I got around 6 hours, I think is what it ended up being. But like I definitely played it for 8 to 10, like no problem.
Yeah,
like
same here.
Something like that. Yeah, in total. So the game is not easy, so I would suggest if you don't have a way to easily play it on your 64, playing on NSO is totally fine. I think it ran fine from my memory. Jiggy, it felt fine, right? There's no
it ran fine. I have my Switch 2, played it on Switch 2. Totally did rewind function every once in a while.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
When I'm playing casual games, especially when I would like turn a corner and hit a laser and it'd blow up and be like, oh no.
Rewind. We will get to the lasers, for shit's sake. We will get to
the lasers.
Brand spanking new to you, Mark. Heck yeah.
I was just gonna say, Mark, I'm gonna pop that. Hey, Mark Bradley. Hello. Mark Bradley says, I have never played or heard of this game. Brand spanking new to me. And that's one of the things that I really like about playing something like this, where when I was looking up just info about the game or put it out there that we might be playing this soon and stuff like that, some people were like, oh, I remember this. I had Alex from Low 5 Gaming, which is also a great show out there, replied to one of the posts that I had of one of my gameplay pictures that I had. And he says, this game holds a special spot in my heart. I rented it from Blockbuster. It's one of the titles that I beat, returned, and never played again until picking it up in my adult life. I can't say that it holds up as well in my mind's eye, but it's a really rad game. So you have there's a spectrum here where someone has something that's connected to this. It's not Mario 64. It's not Ocarina of Time. It's not the heavy hitter, right? So it's something where, it was released at a time where a lot of people would have had this console by 99. This would have been something that could have easily been rented or purchased or whatever, but it doesn't seem like it's this huge seller either, even though it also got decent reviews and stuff. So it's kind of interesting where it's like a little bit in between. So, or has both ends of it and stuff here. I wanted to mention too, what was interesting when I was looking up the info about the game, because I didn't, I recognize, is it Koei or Koei? I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the game. Why aren't we looking at gameplay here? Come on.
Koei.
Get on this. Yeah, Koei, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a Japanese title. Maybe it's pronounced differently, but I recognize that logo, but I was like, where do I recognize it from? I couldn't put a finger on it. It's Dynasty Warriors. They're the Dynasty Warriors people, or at least they are the publishers of the Dynasty Warriors people. And the developer of this game is also the Dynasty Warriors people. So, which for me, I didn't get to until PS2 came around. I think I don't know if it was like 6 or something. Someone told me it was like really good. And I was like, okay, great. I'm going to play this game. And that's kind of my only experience with it up until, I don't know what it was. A couple years ago, I played one of the ones that was also on PS2 or PS3 or something. So these companies that made WinBack have made a massive franchise that is huge worldwide. It's so crazy to me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but for some reason I was like, it's crazy that these guys made Dynasty Warriors. I don't know why. I couldn't get past that.
It feels totally different. That's why, probably.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, I do know that they made this game, Dynasty Warriors, and there was something else, and they were like known for making RPGs or something.
Like strategy, really deep RPGs for like literally decades before they made this game.
Yeah, and these were like games that they're like, we can do more.
Yeah.
And so they just
they created a separate studio just to make something different. They made a Dynasty Warriors or a Warriors game, I think they might have called it at the time, like when they made the really early ones. And then they made WinBack and then Dynasty Warriors constantly. And it's like, oh my God, like what a difference. Like, and like when we say like early strategy games, we mean like very simple point and click type of stuff where it's like it's not some 3D experience. It's not even Fallout or any of those types of things at the time. Like it's a very rudimentary type of experience and stuff. And then they went and made this, and I thought that was kind of cool. The story is also crazy. I don't know, Paul, did you
Someone explain the story to me in general.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put one of you guys on the spot of what the hell's going on in the story. I don't know if you know, Paul. I don't. I mean, I have a general sense.
I'm the same, Dave. I have a general idea, but I'm still just kind of like, okay, these are the bad guys. I'm killing the bad guys.
That's right. They're not dressed the same as me, so they're the bad guys.
Clearly.
Yeah, the thing with this story is it's not that deep. I mean, it gives context to why you're shooting the bad guys, and outside of that, I mean, I don't think you're going to be rewatching these cutscenes if you do a second run. I don't think you need to. Just there's terrorists. There's terrorists with control of a satellite. The special something agency, SCAT, the SCAT agency is here to stop them. Yeah. So go stop them.
You work for SCAT.
You work for SCAT.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that a nickname for cat poop?
Yes. Well, I don't know about cat poop specifically, but poop, yes.
Just poop? Okay. You know what?
Cat poop. I don't know.
I like a good poop joke. I'll take it.
Yeah. Team poop.
Team poop. What's crazy? This is one of those games where I can't remember what I was playing recently that did the same thing. It was a more modern game. Anyways, point is, you have this like cut scene that we're sort of seeing right now where they're jumping down to their mission. They're stopping this so-called evil satellite or whatever you want to call it. And, it's a few minutes long, and then, shit happens and stuff crashes or whatever. And then you kind of like don't really know what's going on with the story or what is really happening for like hours. It's just sort of you stumble upon a couple like people that I guess are on your team because they're dressed like you. And they pretty much all die, and you're the only one that's like the Terminator, I guess, maybe because of your role. You just keep rolling and rolling, and that's why you survive. Yeah, no one else can roll, I guess. That's the problem.
No, they got the training, they just didn't follow through.
Maybe they
told
didn't.
Them, this is what you do. That's stupid. It'll never work.
You can't tell me what to do. You don't own me. Whatever, I do what I want. The story is, I think, Paul, you put it right, is that it's just an excuse to have guys shoot at you and you shoot at them. That's pretty much it. Yeah. And that's fine. You don't need much, when you really like read any of the dialogue, or you really like try to look at what some of the scenarios are that, the story is trying to put you in. It's all ridiculous. It's all over the top. It's all very like early 90s Japanese excuse for action sort of thing. And that's whatever. I mean, honestly, in a way, Metal Gear Solid is kind of like that too, even though what's his face would probably tell you otherwise. To me, that's what those games always felt like. I'm not into the story. I just want to play the game. And that's kind of what this game ended up being too. Jiggy, what'd you think about the big thing in WinBack, just in general? Even if people have never played it, it's easy to see this is a cover-based shooter. That is what you could say this genre is through and through. Yes, it's an action game. It's a little bit slow moving, but at the end of the day, you are finding cover and shooting enemies and doing that over and over again, like you said. How do you think it felt? Because this is like the first or one of the first to use this mechanic.
I didn't think it was bad. It does get repetitive, but I kind of like, if I think about it, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, why are these boxes here? Like, there's just boxes everywhere. But I like the idea of like I have to cover or I'm not going to survive. Like there's something
Right.
about it. Although it does give me the vibe that this is supposed to be more like, and maybe that's just me throwing in the Metal Gear Solid aspect, but I feel like it's supposed to be stealthy, like you're supposed to like hide and stuff, but you really don't. I mean, it's really action focused and very much like every step you take, like 6 enemies show up and you're like, "Uh-oh, what am I going to do?"
Yeah,
And
and
they
they're all
even give you a gun with infinite ammo. So what does that tell you? I guess.
it tells you that it's one of the best guns in the game. That's what it tells
Yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly.
That's what
That
it's
handgun
like. You know what it is?
unit.
Yeah, the handgun is what you get, and it's like, you know what it reminded me of? Not because it's infinite, but the pistol in the original Halo. Like that's like the gun that everybody loved. It's fun to use. It's very effective. Like that's what this is. It's not the strongest. Sometimes it literally takes, like I said in my silly intro, literally takes an entire clip just to blow a box up, which is just like, what?
Yeah, it's
Or two.
really.
Or sometimes two. Some random boxes literally take 10 or 12 shots. I'm like, what is happening? Anyways, Jiggy, you thought it was mostly okay? Like you felt like it was it, did you get a hold of it quickly, or did it take a little while? 'Cause it took me a little bit.
No, it took me, I would say it probably took me a solid like 20 minutes to really grasp it. 20-30 minutes, I don't know. I definitely was dying in the first level, but it was just trying to figure out, okay, I need to duck and cover. I can't just go guns a-blazing. I need to have some sort of level of strategy here. Things like switching my weapons. Like, how do I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some quirkiness, growing pains, I'd say, with early 3D gaming. But the auto aim was great. I'm gonna praise that because that was a really smart decision. Like just the fact you hit a button, you auto lock on an enemy, that saved this game. If it didn't have that, this game would be poo-poo garbage to me.
I don't think you would be able to survive if it didn't have it, honestly, because just the way that the rest of the engine just works, like I really don't know that it would be possible. This person that we're watching playing as we talk is really good. Running show. Like
you know what? I
gotta find different videos. What the shit?
I do. Yeah. Find just search WinBack long play bad and see if like someone is just awful.
Jiggy, I didn't post my gameplay. What are you talking about? I could have. If you really want to, I can, but I didn't post my gameplay.
Yeah, mine's probably not that much better.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one thing that bothered me was when in that level in particular that we were just watching, when you're going up a ladder,
technically the first stage.
Yeah, when you're going up a ladder, and it's like you can see everything, it still like cuts to a black screen and like loads.
Yeah.
in. I found that weird choice. Like
so weird.
Why does it do that?
And it doesn't matter what level you're in. It doesn't matter what the scenario is. It doesn't matter if there's enemies or not. It always does this. It fades to black, and then shows him getting back down on the rest of the ladder. And I'm like, every single time, even on levels that are even less complex and whatever,
it's so annoying.
It's so random. I must have something to do with the programming, like something to do with the code that they just had to do it. I just don't know why that particular decision was the one that made that like solve the problem. It's just so, it's not like you can't see anything else. Like you were saying, you can see what's above you or below you, and yet, oh my God, this person's playing on hard and they're running show. Get out of here. Oh God. It's not like there's a fog of war. Yeah. Just you know what? I'm walking away. I'm out of here.
Yeah. There's nothing. You see everything.
You see everything. And yet there's like a mini, not load screen, but it feels like it's trying to be a load screen. Anyways, Paul, what about you? This is, this is like, I made a comparison right now. I have a video up on, I guess when people are hearing this, you also see it on YouTube, but I put up a video of my early thoughts of the game on Patreon. And then we'll put that up on YouTube, which again, you'll see once by the time this full episode gets out to everybody. But the reason why I'm prefacing it a little bit is because this is very early in the third person cover based shooting and third person shooting just in general, I would say. Obviously there's ones before this, but not many. And it reminded me a little bit of Body Harvest. because Body Harvest was an early example of open world or semi-open world games, which we had pretty much none of at that time. So they're both early examples of very popular types of games and genres now. Did you feel like the cover shooting worked for you here, or was it more of a pain? Yeah, it worked. Okay.
No, it worked. The only thing I was really missing was a blind fire option where maybe Jean-Luc Cougar just, right around the corner there.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I was missing, but forgiven, it's I don't know if this is the very first third person shooter to have a cover system like this. Obviously being one of the earlier ones, it was easy to forgive. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just show myself. Here I am. But yeah, that was the only thing I was missing was a nice blind fire option.
Yeah, actually, I never thought of that while playing it. But when you say it, I go, oh, that would have been could have been cool too, right? Because it could get you out of a bind every once in a while. So
I shudder to think at what that animation might look like on the 64, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the Uncharted games? Because I think about how the blind fire is like when you're ducking behind something, and he just sort of raises his hand and just.
It's just his arm, yeah, and he kind of just like does it. It's that's the type of animation I was thinking of too. But to your point, Paul, it's like, what would it look like? It would look like this, like his arm would probably be twisted in 6 different ways.
Oh yeah,
it would be like really weird, like a pretzel, but then it would be like this. But no, I don't even think you would be able to see the gun. It would probably just be like a block, because they couldn't animate it properly or whatever.
Yeah, it's just he's not okay right now. He's not okay.
I wish I pulled up your screen even bigger. That was the performance. Getting real physical tonight, buddy.
I had to wake up. Now I'm awake.
You had to wake up. We had a little. There you go. The coffee kicked in now. Once you said Resident Evil and WinBack, boom, it kicked in.
Boom. I'm in.
Yeah, I like the way this worked. I think every once in a while I kind of missed, so basically it locks you behind a box or a wall or something. Stuff like Gears and even Uncharted kind of does a version of that. We have to press a button. He puts his back to it, and you can either crouch or be standing up. You can roll out of it, but you just press the R button, our shoulder button, to pop out and then aim, usually auto aim, as you guys were saying, at an enemy with whatever weapon you're using, and you just kind of go up and down, in and out, up and down, in and out, just trying to sort of almost like dodge their bullets.
Roll.
Yeah, and roll. Yeah. There's also the opportunity to, instead of just automatically dipping up and down, if you're in a certain position, which I found it felt like it only happened at random times, and then late in the game I figured out this is how it works, where he like fully pops out, like his whole body he just jumps out from cover.
Yeah,
and he's just like an offensive stance. Yeah.
He takes a real hard stance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool when you pull it off. It's like,
oh, I'm gonna win this fight.
Where did that came from?
It looks awesome, but then you just get 7 bullets pummeled into you because you have no cover. That's the problem.
It's a 1v1 thing only.
Yeah, I think it is. But it does actually look very cool. The animation of it is actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that. And I think largely the game looks decent. I think there's
you could do worse.
What's that?
You could do worse on the 64 for sure.
Oh yeah, you could do worse. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the environment really is just like squares everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of boxes. It's a lot of like big box rooms. And then like they focused all the detail on the characters. And it shows. Like the characters look pretty nice. I've seen way worse. I don't think I've seen much better.
Yeah, and like the animations and stuff. Like again, like his role, even just the cover, even though it is very like, stilted with the way he moves, like it is a little bit, it's reminds you a little bit of Resident Evil. Speaking of RE9 and Resident Evil, like it's a little bit of a tank control. Not quite as extreme, I would say, as like the first early RE games, but like it's kind of going that way. It's a little bit like that. And I think even with that sort of boxy feel that he kind of has, that Jean-Luc has sometimes, it's still, the animation still looks pretty good, and the enemies are kind of moving in patterns, but they never feel out of place, at least not to me anyways. But yeah, I think everything, yeah, it's either you're in a square or rectangle with a roof, or a square or rectangle space outside.
Yep.
That's kind of it. Most of the buildings, walls, things like that, they're pretty much, it's gray or it's brown, a little bit of blue here, as we're seeing. Like things, it's
very
not
corporate.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going for any sort of colorful stuff. The characters and the story you could define as quote unquote colorful, but like the game isn't really going for that, and that's fine. But it would be nice to have a little bit of extra, but maybe that would feel too out of place because the rest of the game's supposed to be super serious. And oh, there's another ammunition pouch in this level. I didn't know that. Oh,
I didn't even know right at the beginning you could go in one of those freights and there was like ammo. I was like, oh darn,
yeah,
missed that.
So that's the other thing about this, right? Like you can, it is fairly linear, and it is a little bit of, you know, backtracking and stuff like that. But you know, if you go off the path, so to speak, a little bit in most areas, most levels, you'll get some ammo, or you'll get a health pack or something, and at least it rewards you for doing that. Like, you can take your time with this. Yes, there's a timer that comes up at the end, and okay, whatever, if that's something that you care about, like speed running and stuff, I guess, you know, there's speed running.
Well, there's different endings.
But
yeah.
So there's different endings too. That's right, which I didn't know until after I played this.
I didn't know that either, but yeah, apparently it's, I don't know if they're all based on speed, but I know at least one of them is based on how fast you beat the game.
I think they are, and I could be wrong on this, but I think you need to get to the control room or level 24, take at least 3 hours to do that, and then I think it's you get to stage 28 within 2 hours, and you'll get the good ending. But as long as you get to the control room, I think in over 3 hours, you get the normal ending.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get the bad ending. I've never gotten that. I'm just too good, obviously.
You're just too good. Did you wait before we get into more of the details of the ending, which is interesting? I didn't realize that was the thing. Did you guys play on normal? I don't know what
I did.
Yeah. I always play on normal.
Okay. I try to for most games. I think honestly, like when I went back to my NSO save that I played from a couple years ago, I would guess I was playing on easy. So before I started fully on this and then played it on normal on my 64, I realized a couple differences because I played through, I think it was the third stage, or maybe it was even the fourth. There's a couple differences. The enemies, there's a couple less enemies. You take a little bit less damage, and it seems like there's a couple more health packs around. But largely, the game is pretty much the same. It's not a massive difference. I didn't play it long enough in easy, at least this time, to be like, oh, it's way easier, or oh, might as well just play it in easy. But I think like if you're having a hard time with this game and you're not that far into it, because it is a difficult game, going to easy is probably fine. Like, you're going to get through the game. You're still the game plays the same. That doesn't change. You're still going to be managing your inventory, your ammo and stuff. So I think that's pretty much the same. So, yeah, the ending. So Paul, you're right. So I pulled back up the differences. That timing is right. You have to be around that 3 hour mark, 3.5 hour mark. This one says 3 hours. So I don't know if that's an exact thing or if it's in the range of 3 to 3.5. And then complete the whole game in under 6 hours. That's what it says. And the thing I'm looking up here anyways. And then the bad ending is you do everything. Doesn't matter what or like what speed you do things. It's just you take longer. Is pretty much what it is. I think I got the normal ending. It sounds like, based on the way that they're describing this.
Well, hey, it didn't fire twice and destroy the Pentagon and the White House, right?
That's right. So the bad ending is.
So that's the bad ending.
The bad ending is pretty much Washington gets destroyed.
I'm trying to read what the difference is, because it says the normal ending is similar to the good ending with a few minor differences. But there's like 3 paragraphs to read. I'm like, I just want to know what the difference is.
Yeah. So the difference is like who survives. It's like who survives and stuff from the team. That's the biggest thing. And then there's like a slight difference in like what the cutscene is for like the ending couple of bosses or bad guys or whatever. That's it. Which fine. Again, like Paul said before, do you need to pay attention to the cutscenes? I mean, maybe at the ending, I guess, but it's fine as long as you got through the game. Although seeing the Pentagon and the White House explode as a quote unquote bad ending, maybe I don't know. I want to see what that looks like. I didn't see it, so yeah, Let's just seal everybody. Yeah, it's just. What was I going to say? I had where was it here? Oh, another thing too, which I don't know if this is actually the case, but the laser sight is a pretty early innovation type thing too. I kept looking up.
Yeah.
I don't know why that never felt. I mean, obviously this is 25 plus years later, but like playing through this game, like Paul, you're nodding your head like, yeah, no, of course it was. I don't know why it never like impressed me as like, oh, look what they're doing in this game. Like, I don't know, but apparently that was a big thing.
Is that in Resident Evil 1?
No laser sight in Res 1.
Yeah.
I don't know a game that did it before this off the top of my head.
I don't either. When I was looking up info on the game and development and things like that, it didn't give me any example. I didn't find in my research anyway any examples of what that would be. But when you're doing the lock-on, when there is a lock-on mechanic for it, like we said, is pretty good. When you don't do that, the laser sight is hugely helpful. I found, so that was kind of fun. Did you guys, Paul? Did you ever try to manually aim with any success?
Yes. I would always use the lock-on to assist me, but I went and turned my aim speed to low in the settings. So I would lock on and I got real good at I got a muscle memory of just flicking up the joystick to get a headshot or a lethal hit.
Lethal hit.
Towards the end of the game, I mean, it was, 90-95% of the kills I was getting were lethal hits, and you get a bonus.
Look at you.
Care. It felt good. I won't lie. It felt good.
That's exactly what I was going to say. When I pulled it off, which once I realized that, this is something that they keep track of, which is kind of cool. Like you said, it does a lethal hit thing at the end when it shows you your sort of score at the end of each level. I was like, I'm going to try and get more and see how much I can get, and like see if there's no grades. It's not one of those things, but it is kind of cool to see. One thing I did really like was if there's enemies in the distance that can't see you yet and you can see them, you can still shoot them, even though they look like just a blurred, foggy mess. The game still lets you aim at them, get a headshot, shoot them in the shoulder, whatever it is. And I did that a few times, and I was like, "Ha, suckers! I'm cheating this game, or I'm a pro at this game." I was not. I would die shortly after, but it felt good, like you said. Like this guy we're watching, obviously, is very good at this game, getting the headshots, playing it hard, doing it pretty quickly.
He's cracked. Yeah. Look at him go.
Yeah, like look at this. Like, get out of here, man! I'm so depressed right now. It's very impressive because seeing this happen in motion, like watching a playthrough, a long play, regardless of which one you're watching, seeing it with the action, it's like, this game is cool. I can see what they're kind of doing here. But when you do it in practice, the game it's not, I wouldn't call it punishing, but it is difficult. Jiggy, did you have a tough time with it or?
Well, I mean, I had a rewind function, so if I didn't have that, probably. But you're talking to a guy who just recently beat Battletoads, so you know what?
That's
nothing
true.
is hard to me anymore.
Yeah, child's play.
I just took the Frank from Always Sunny method. No, it's like walking rooms. So, anyways, I started blasting.
I guess you could do that in this. Just make sure you have cover when you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to talk about, and this is, if people haven't played this game, we're probably going to sound like a few crazy people here, but we have to talk about the lasers that we talked about before. So in this game, one of the things you're running into and hiding behind is a bunch of boxes. There's boxes everywhere. I think Jiggy, you said early, you're like, why is there boxes everywhere? Just because that's the design. That's just the game. That's just what it does. It's just another excuse to have, like, it's one of those games where you walk into a space and I mean, this happens with some of the Uncharted games, even Gears, where it's like, oh, I can tell this is going to be a set piece. This is going to be a spot where we're going to do some shooting, where some action, where some shit's going to go down. That is this game pretty much every 5 feet that you walk. Oh, that box is in a different spot, or oh, you backtrack to a different spot because you have a key now. Oh, look, there's an extra box there for some reason 4 minutes later. Why? I have no idea, but action's going to happen. Now, I say all that because there's also lasers everywhere, apparently, in this like facility and area that is just blocking a bunch of things off. It kind of helps guide you to certain areas sometimes, but also you need to dodge them and you need to roll around them or underneath them or shoot boxes that will shut them off. But when you don't have that option, Paul, what the hell?
You die.
Instant.
You will die. Don't touch it.
Snap, instant. It doesn't matter how much of a tank you were leading up to that point. It doesn't matter if you have full health. The second you touch this little red line, you are done. I hate it so much. It's the only thing about this game that I absolutely hate.
It gives you the finger. It doesn't care. It doesn't care about hurting your feelings. Like, you touched the laser, I'm sorry. Back to the checkpoint for you. Think about what you did. It's ridiculous.
I like finding the switch and shooting it. I found that satisfying in like this like puzzle solving sort of way. What I thought would have been really nice is if, and maybe this is just the whole Metal Gear Solid like comparison to me, I would have liked to been able to like prone on the ground and like army crawled underneath some of those lasers. Like if you had that mechanic versus just like straight crouch and walking, like if you could just like double tap and like drop to the ground completely and crawl, that would have added something to this game, I think.
Yeah, I felt a couple times like, and it would be kind of cool too, where you could lie in the ground and shoot enemies that are not quite at the right angle of hitting you.
You could aim under, like you could crouch under one of those big trucks that's parked out there because there's like a huge gap, and you could aim under that. Like that would have been a really cool, just small change.
It doesn't feel like anything that would have like drastically changed the game too. It feels like an animation and thing that they probably, I assume could probably fit in with relative ease, but maybe not. Sorry, Paul, you were going to say, I cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys ran into this. A couple of the enemies proned on me. I'm like, what?
Later in the game, there's a couple that are. Yeah. I was like, whoa. Because you don't see it for hours.
Like, hold up.
Yeah, I got smoked by some guy because I was just running up a hallway. I'm like, what is that on the ground? It's a man with a gun. Oh, God.
Well, that's a human with a gun. Oh,
yeah. Good for me.
Yeah, there's not many of them, but what's crazy is that it comes out of nowhere. 4 or 5 hours, probably more, because you probably died a few times, as you would just playing this game. Like, oh my God, what is this guy doing?
What?
That was the coolest thing.
He just did Jiggy's animation. How did he do that?
Wait, is this your playthrough?
Is this your playthrough, Jiggy?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm bringing this back. Hold on.
Okay.
This is me. I did the mocap for WinBack. You just didn't know it. I was like 4 when I did it.
I was gonna say as like a 2-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's gonna be hard to get because it's like, wait, here we go.
What the heck? He walked into that room, didn't take a single shot from any of those enemies, and he got them all. So that was a celebratory, like,
yeah,
that was awesome.
This game also innovated emoting in game.
Apparently,
there.
Like, what is happening? Oh my God, that was the most this game's got some ridiculous stuff, but that was more ridiculous than the story in this game. Like, oh my God. Okay. Well, if people aren't watching this full episode up until this point, I am definitely putting that up as a video so people can see it anyways, because it's just looks ridiculous, even if you don't know what this game is.
That was awesome.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know that you could like do that with the controller. Like, it even allows you to do something like
Never
that.
tried.
Anyways, we're talking about lasers. Yeah, fuck the lasers. They're a pain in the ass. It's like
it's too much. They just do it too much.
It's too extreme, and they do it too much. And then later in the game, I can't remember what stage it is. It's probably 20 or something like that, close to that, where you have to go through a particular room or 2 rooms maybe that have like 4 of them that are doing the up and down thing. But the checkpoint includes both of those rooms in it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like, again, it's the only thing I actually despise about this game. I really like this game. I think this game is awesome. I truly think that people should play this game if they're a fan of third-person action games, if they want to feel something that's a little bit, not too quick and bombastic, but also has some strategy, like you said, Jiggy, some puzzle elements in a way. Like that is sort of how the levels are laid out. And I just found it just very fun to keep going. But that spot, that particular level, I actually stopped playing. I died at it 3 times, and I'm like, I'm not doing this today. Like, it's not the night for it. I'm going to play something else that's going to make me not feel frustrated. I can't remember what I played, but I played something else, simple, older game, that's whatever. And I'm like, I got to come back to this. And then I played it the next day, and I died twice, but I got through it. I'm like, okay, great. I got past it, but it's not rewarding. To me, it doesn't feel rewarding when games do something like that. Like,
yeah,
I accomplished it, I got past it, and like, hey, great, I got past it, I'm moving on. But I don't feel like I accomplished anything. I just feel like I got over an unnecessary hurdle. And to me, that's not fun. It's just, it's the only thing that I think this game really, really does wrong. If it took off, a quarter of your health, a third of your health, okay, or it bounced you back and you had to keep trying but didn't kill you, that's fine. I think I could live with that. It's the instant kill thing that really just destroyed me. So oh my God, another ammo pouch, or is this because it's in hard? Is it just me that I only find 1 ammo pouch this entire game?
Yeah, I did not find this many.
I found 1, the one at the beginning, and like the very first little building. That's it. Damn it. Anyways, what that does is you hold less ammo. So you're stuck with just your pistol at times where you probably shouldn't be stuck with just your pistol.
Yeah, I mean, like guns with the shotgun, you start out, you can only hold up to 16 shots. And it's like, that goes quick. It goes really quick. It's like 2 reloads, maybe.
I think it might be 2, but even then it's not that much.
It's so fast.
I think it holds 12 in a clip, I think, the shotgun. So it's not, it's just too fast. Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's melee in this game for some reason.
It's there.
It's available. I got meleeed a few times and I was like, oh Jesus. But
yeah.
Man, speaking of melee, did either of you guys get attacked by some dude who looked like Albert Wesker with a knife?
No.
Guys?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. The knife guys would charge you.
Yes.
That damage was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna try to believe that.
Where is it here? I'm gonna see back up. It's probably in like the 20 stages, somewhere like that. Where is this?
I was running away once from him. He snuck up on me around a corner and he stabbed me in the back, and I had almost full HP and I died. Like, what?
Oh snap! Back shot.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So there's a couple enemies. I think there's literally only 2 enemies that. Not that only 2 that melee you, but 2 that do significant damage or come right up to you. And they have like some sort of melee weapon, knife or whatever it is. And it demolishes your health. Like, you don't have a shield or any of that. You just have a basic health bar and you pick up health packs. And, I guess that's fine.
Parry.
You have no parry. There's no way to do that. You can't do Leon Kennedy with his knife where he just like parries a chainsaw. Like, you can't do that.
There's no roundhouse kick follow up.
Yeah, that's it.
You're just getting
everybody needs a good roundhouse kick. We gotta. It's a counter. It's the ultimate counter move.
Yeah, if your roll fails, you need a roundhouse.
Yes. Absolutely, it's good to have a backup.
Yeah, you gotta have a backup plan. Yeah,
roll roundhouse, ultimate move.
I got a couple of this is interesting because I got a couple of reviews. I always, if I can find them, I always want to find a couple of reviews of the game just to see what the general consensus was at the time. And it looks like it got mostly favorable reviews, and actually sounds like the 64 one got a better reception, critically at least, because the PS2 version, which came out a few years later, wasn't enough of an improvement to say like, oh, this is definitely worth it. So I can understand that's why. Like the game itself, it's largely the same game. It looks better, sure, probably runs a little smoother, there's more detail, but like if it's just basically the same game, like you're just getting only higher fidelity. So if you don't have a PS2, all right, just play it on N64 and you're totally fine. That seems to be the general consensus. But I found a couple of these ones that I copied over because I thought this was kind of funny. A GamePro review. I was a GamePro reviewer, or not reviewer, reader back in the day at this time, so I might have read this. It says it's quote, no Metal Gear 64 or GoldenEye 2, but on its own merits, it'll easily infiltrate the hearts of N64 gamers. It has tight controls, decent graphics, and plenty of challenge. WinBack should earn a spot on everyone's N64 squad. And I think that pretty much sums it up. I really like that. I think like it's not those other games and doesn't have to be, and that's totally fine. But I don't know. That's well put. I found. I don't know. Paul,
that's fair.
Yeah. What else we got? Where is it here? I lost it.
This is a bizarre one to me that it released on PS2 like later on, and then they made a sequel to it as well. But
I wrote that down too. I was like, "What? There's a sequel to this game?"
Yeah, but the fact that they released this on PS2, it feels like this would have been one that I wouldn't be surprised if it's on Dreamcast. But like, it feels like to skip a few, all of a sudden it's randomly on PS2. Like,
it feels like if they were going to do it, it should have been a sequel or something, or they should have done something more varied. But like this, everything I saw about it was, it's pretty.
It's WinBack. Yeah,
it's the same game. Like, okay, so what is it? Just because you think no one played it on 64? It sounds like it did decently well, not sold amazing or anything, but like enough to be like, oh, okay, well, this is a success. Let's do something with it. But I don't know. The company just went hammered away at Dynasty Warriors, I guess. That's pretty much it. They're just the Dynasty Warriors people. So, there was the sequel was made in 2006, did not get good reviews, and apparently does not feel like the same game, like at all.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So what I read, so what they called it, I think they called it like a split system or something, where you're playing through the same level. Let's say you're playing through this like sewer stage here in this game. I'm going to pause this because this reminds me of something I wanted to talk about before. You play through the same level, but what you're doing like solo with two different characters. So you play through it once, and this person will flip some switches, do a couple shut a couple things down, maybe pull down a bridge, or like sort of like set the level up almost. And then the next character that you play as follows up and then like does the action essentially. But that action isn't possible to pull off unless you've done the stuff before. And I think like on paper that sounds kind of interesting or cool, but I think only if it was like an active co-op experience.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like doing one and then the other. I don't want to do that. I'm not buying that.
Like, why am I doing the first one when all I really want to do is go through the stage and just kill these enemies?
It reminds me a lot of Sonic 06.
Does it feel like that?
You would go through, you'd be running through the level of Sonic, and you'd randomly run into like Tails or something, and then you have to switch to them. The gameplay slows down dramatically, and they're like, you got to find the hidden switch to open the door for Sonic. And it's like, I don't want to freaking do that. Like, stop it.
Coincidentally enough, also in 2006. There you go. Weird decisions happening. This particular thing, this just reminded me that we got to this point. The game, I don't know if this is a Nintendo thing. I feel like it's one of those things where Nintendo's like, you can't show someone die in a certain way, although people are dying all the time. It's literally what you do in this game. But this guy in particular is like, you have to help me. My family needs me. And then he dies in your arms. He's like some worker. But the funniest part, can you hear me? Hang in there. Hey, buddy, hang in there. Is this part after, if it's in this particular.
There he goes.
Classic.
As the same death animation as all the enemies where they just blink and disappear. It's like supposed to be this, like, obviously there's no voice acting in this or anything. It's supposed to be probably come across as like, oh my God, average people are dying because of these terrorists and whatever. And then it just completely undermines it by like showing the body literally blink and disappear in front of, like at his feet, as if that's a normal thing to happen. He doesn't even acknowledge.
Wait, that doesn't happen?
Only if the satellite blows up the Pentagon and White House. That's
okay.
Yeah. In the bad ending, that's what happens. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or good, depending on how you define it. I just thought that was,
well, us Americans would define it as a bad thing, just for the record. You Canadians, I don't know how you feel.
Us crazy Canadians, God, we're unruly. You can't take us anywhere.
Be careful what you say.
I know, right? Actually, I really
tear
don't
up the crap out of you.
I already have. I don't want to go anywhere. Actually, don't want to go anywhere. I'm good. Actually, right where I am. This basement, these games, I'm comfortable. I'm fine. This is what I need. My kid's sleeping upstairs. I'm all good. I'm fine.
Life is good.
Life is good. Yeah, life is good. It's exhausting, but it's good. This is actually interesting. Mark Bradley, I don't know if you're still in the chat live here, but this is an interesting point too. And it kind of does seem a little bit like this. The gameplay in this game, he says, reminds me of an arcade game you play at a movie theater, but it's third person and you control the pace. So I think what they're sort of getting at is kind of like a time crisis type thing. Or what am I thinking of with the zombies?
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. Yeah, that type of time crisis, House of the Dead, those the cover-based shooters where you have to reload off the screen and you have to pedal and things like that. Like this game could definitely be that. I think that's actually a really good comparison. Put that on the console. You do control your character's movement. Think of it kind of like that. It's not an on-rails shooter, but I can understand why it kind of looks a little bit like that or could be similar. So anything else you guys wanted to mention? Paul, is there anything that we're missing? I feel like there's lots to talk about with this game, honestly.
Yeah, I have a question actually. Why does one of the big baddies of the Crying Lions, I think they're called, man looks straight up like Dr. Disrespect? What's going on there? Why does he look like that?
He does.
The glasses, the mullet, like everything.
That's a shame.
I know.
Someone
I guess I'm just
something.
Yeah. We know we're very influential game again.
I guess. Yeah. I guess that dude had to get inspiration from somewhere. I don't know. Really big WinBack fan. Maybe we missed that in his in his origin story. Hilarious. Yeah. The boss, there's boss fights in this. Actually, that's something we haven't talked about where they have rocket launchers or they blow up crates around you, and it's a lot of like run around, dodge an explosion, shoot at them as much as you can, and exactly, do the dodge and flip.
Roll.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have crazy huge health pools. At times it does feel difficult, but at least a checkpoint for the bosses doesn't feel like a ripoff. You pretty much load right back into it if you die. So I appreciated that part. A lot of games like this, or based on some of the checkpoints and difficulty parts of this game, I'd almost expect that to not be the case, but that is what happens here. So at least there's that. They're all ridiculous. They're all over the top. They have weird outfits and weird voice line or weird, dialogue. And like, it's just insanity. It kind of feels like a really weird comic book or something like that. I don't know, comic book characters or something, but in a good way, I think. Why not have fun with it? So
yeah, like a cheesy, like late 80s comic or something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
campy. There you go. That's thank you, Paul, for being here. For
you got it.
To be able to give me that reminder of the words that I keep missing because I'm just so tired.
That's why I'm here, man.
That's right here. So just to sort of, unless we've missed anything else, but I just want to, Jiggy, do you recommend the game? Sounds like we all had a pretty good time.
Yeah, I would recommend the game, especially on that it's available on NSO, pretty accessible. It's not one that I would have. I didn't really know about it growing up. I don't think I ever really saw it. I don't remember it. But it's fun. I had a good time playing it. It's kind of just a change of pace from what I've normally been playing. So
that's true. That it does feel different from a lot of the stuff that you would either expect or probably normally be playing. Sure, there's other action and there's other games that are shooters and or brawlers or whatever, and I guess you could kind of say it kind of feels a little bit like that, but like it does feel pretty distinct. I think that's a point I would say too. It's not a perfect game, but I personally had a fantastic time with it. I really, really liked it. I said in that video that I was referencing earlier that it's one of those games where I feel like there's frustrations in it, and we've talked about quite a few of them. Lasers, obviously, being one of them. But it's not enough for me to say like, well, I'm not going to continue with this game. Like it's too frustrating. It's too shitty. The design is unfair. Like all those types of like things that would just sort of push you away. You step away once like I did or something. That's fine. That happens. But there's not enough there for me to say like, I need to stop playing this. I was just having fun outside of those moments, enough fun outside of those and thinking that, oh, I'm having a good time. I want to keep going. I don't necessarily care about the story, but I want to do more. I want to have more set pieces. I want to see more shooting galleries. I want to see more enemies. I want to see what else the bosses are going to offer. Those types of things. So that's where I come from. And I definitely think people should play this. Maybe it's not the most well-known game, but I don't think that is any reason to not play it. So, Paul, where do you land on it? It sounds like you're a pretty big fan.
Oh yeah. I wrote up a little review for it and I landed 7.5 out of 10. That feels like a pretty good number. I will say though, this is not a game that somebody who does not have experience with an N64 should play as their first N64 game. You'll turn and run from the console. You know, you need to have some experience, I think, especially if you're using an OG controller. But man, if you got a decent grasp on how that gamepad's laid out, it's a good time, man. You'll have a fun time with it. It's not going to move mountains, but feels good.
Yeah, I think so. And to your point too about the like controls and just being able to sort of handle the game. Part of it is like there are different control schemes. I think there's 3 or 4 of them, and it switches things up a little bit. I went with the default. I don't know if you guys changed at all.
No, I didn't change anything.
No, default.
Yeah, I what I wanted was, and I don't even know if this was an option. I wanted the trigger button under to be shoot. But then when I sort of ghost felt it, you know, I was like, oh, what if I did this? What if it? And actually, it didn't feel good because you have to be somewhat precise with the joystick sometimes when you move and when you're doing manual aiming. That like if you were
the pressure,
it would move your thumb a little bit. I'm like, oh, because at first I was like, why is A and B the main sort of gun mechanic? I thought like this just feels like they're putting an SNES game on the 64. Like there must be a better way to do this. You know? But actually, I think it does work. I think it actually makes sense the way that they did it, and never felt after the first few minutes I was like, oh, okay, this feels natural because it's just A and B mostly, and then R, and that's mostly what you need in this game. And I think the joystick feels good on it too. At least with a non-digital one, it felt pretty good to play. And I totally didn't realize that you could adjust the aim sensitivity on it, Paul. I don't think I really looked through it that thoroughly. I just jumped in and just played or whatever. But I wonder if that would have helped in some moments.
It's the first thing I do with any game I play. Straight to the options. What do we got? What are we working with here?
Yeah. And especially like, again, we've talked about this a million times now at this point, but like Jiggy, we've talked about how like if you don't have a manual in front of you to tell you things like that, in games like this, you're not really automatically going to the settings. You were talking about before we hit record on the episode that you went through a bunch of settings playing through RE9 and how fun that is. That's not something you're going to naturally do with a game on an N64 in the 90s.
Well, I do. They just don't give you options.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, usually.
Yeah.
I always go through all the options. I always look. The first thing I do with an N64 game, does this support widescreen? It's always my number one thing. And then I'm like, okay, surround sound, gonna have to turn that on. Usually I bring the audio, like the master audio down. Yeah, I do putts with settings, but you're right. It's not as typical.
Yeah, not or at least the options aren't like as available. Actually, speaking of that, I don't know how I didn't get to any of the sound or any of the music or anything. Let's play a little bit of
that punchy handgun sound.
Yeah. It's a cutscene. Whoa, that was a heavy sit. Ow.
Sometimes you just gotta sit down
real hard. So this is what kills me about that character that died before. This guy gets shot in the face. Wow, that timing could not have been better. This guy gets shot in the face, and yet they don't want to show you another character lying on the ground. They disappear. Like,
no.
that moody music. Well, this is one of the bosses, I think. Music is.
Bro, your knee's exposed.
Oh, yeah, his knees. Watch out.
His leg is like protruding completely out from. But he has. They even show the perspective.
I mean, he's behind an explosive box.
He's got a full diaper.
It's just the fact that you can't see him, and he's like sticking out completely.
Wow.
Total miss.
Full diaper guy missed it. Like, oh yeah, you can dodge that, but when you play it,
he's fine. He rolled.
You can dodge an RPG. You can dodge a ball.
Can you dodge your wrench?
Yeah. Oh yeah, what's this guy's name? It's like Gun or something. Gunt?
Gunt. All the names.
I'm not even joking. It's something stupid like that.
Yeah. Let's see. I think he talks at. Does he talk at the end? Ooh, listen to that vocal work.
A little operetta.
Yeah, operetta. Nice. And then he disappears too. He looks so dead because he disappeared. So
just like the engineer. Doesn't it just? I don't know. It just pulls on your heartstrings when they blink like that.
You know what the worst kind of death is? Where you just disappear into the ether. It's the worst kind of death.
Gone. I know.
Drowning? That's nothing. Burning? No way. When you just blink out of existence, that's you just exit the matrix out of nowhere. That's the worst.
Sure rolled.
Play WinBack Covert Operations, people. I actually think it's really good. If you're having a little hard time, I think Paul mentioned sort of controls and stuff. Like, if you don't have a ton of experience with the controller, I think that's a good point. But also, I do think that even just bumping the difficulty down, because I do think like actually one of the things later stages, the checkpoints become a lot further apart. That's one of the ways that they your eyes are like, yep.
Stage 30.
The last like 2-3 stages. I had a couple times where I was same thing as the other that laser point where I was like, really? Like at one point I didn't realize that I didn't hit a checkpoint, and then I died and I was like, no, what? It's brutal. It's brutal. Needed that NSO save state. So if you want to play normal, save state, rewinds, NSO, no problem. Just go for it. It makes things easier. You're still gonna have fun playing the actual game itself, or bump it down to easy if you're playing it on the actual hardware and stuff. I think there's nothing wrong with that. The game's still fun. The actual act of the gameplay is still the same. So that's a good way to go about it too. No shame. Go for it. Okay, before we get out of here, Paul, one more reminder of Remnant Controllers and where they can find you and your fine work.
Yes, find the shop on Etsy. That is where you can purchase lovely Nintendo 64 controllers. I also I just started this year's stocking Super Nintendo controllers too, getting those cleaned up and in nice shape for people to grab. I also occasionally will list a console bundle, and that does come with an OEM controller. You don't have to pay extra to get a OEM controller. That's not an upgrade in my book.
Yeah, it's an upgrade in a lot of brick and
With
mortar stores and stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't like them. So
fair enough.
don't like that. I'm also on Blue Sky at Remnant Controllers. Also on Reddit. I occasionally post game reviews there. I posted a WinBack review there that got a decent amount of attention. That was fun talking with people about this game. And then I also have a YouTube channel. I got tutorials on there of how to take your controller apart, properly clean it up, repair your joystick, all the things. So if you have any
actually doing it, it's your your hands, your desk, you actually properly doing it and stuff. They're super fascinating because
I don't know if I believe it's your hands. I don't know, man.
Because I don't have gloves on. Here's the box.
Okay, they are.
Oh, those are just leftover from COVID. That's not.
That's true. I got a backstock. If you guys could see the desk, honestly, there are just joysticks everywhere. I mean,
that's awesome.
Got one right here, ready to go.
Hey,
look at that.
Yeah, it's honestly it's really cool to see because unless you are someone like yourself where you say you really like sort of tinkering and taking things apart and whatever, it's really easy to just be like, whatever, it's just a couple pieces of plastic. But it is much more intricate. You really do have to be careful putting the right parts back properly and having the right parts in general, cleaning in a proper way so it doesn't make things worse, sort of like that's all part of the process. So that's
I actually I kept the worst joystick bowl I've ever seen. There's a hole in it.
How does that even happen?
What?
Just from Mario Party?
Yeah, someone they needed to calm down.
Man.
Oh my God. I mean, I did, and it was probably because I bought it used and whatever, but I did snap my joystick on one of my controllers playing Earthworm Jim. So
yeah, what a game to do it on.
I know. Just made it not a horrible game, but it did make the experience worse that I
have never, knock on wood, never snapped an N64 joystick. I did, however, once eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich and globbed some stuff into the D-pad, but that was a long time ago. I don't even have that controller anymore. We're fine.
You're going to say, but I have eaten a joystick.
It's probably one of the controllers I ended up getting in a lot. It's fine.
Yeah, good.
Paul's got it right behind him, actually.
Oh God, I've seen some things.
That's hilarious. But the reason why I bring up the sort of and cool that you brought up the YouTube thing too is like it is something worth watching, not just to see the work that you do, but just in general. I find that stuff fascinating. So check out the YouTube page as well. Jiggy, look back. Speaking of YouTube pages, we are going to be covering Conker's Bad Fur Day somewhat soon. I don't have an exact date of when it's going to be, but a fairly close to today episode.
Yes,
it's gonna be soon. But you are currently playing that as well, probably for like the 100th time, I assume.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've played it, different versions. This is going to be the live stream on Friday, which by the time this comes out, it'll probably be
you'll probably be on to like your second stream if you're doing it more than one sitting. I don't know.
I'm probably going to do it in one sitting.
Oh damn!
I'm probably gonna pop a Red Bull and go all night. Mother buzzer. Yeah. It's great.
Nice. And as you mentioned earlier in the episode too, you have you beat Battletoads, and that is
exactly
an accomplishment. Yeah.
Nothing matters anymore. Nothing is difficult. I can do anything.
Great. Even life is
anything.
He's just ready to go. Any situation.
You know what's funny? I think if I were to have played Resident Evil 9 like 4 weeks ago before I beat Battletoads, I would have been very cautious. I would have been very stealthy. But now that I've beaten Battletoads, I just walk into a room and stand there and say, "Come at me!"
Jiggy's like,
I do the WinBack pose.
Yeah.
You don't need a roll.
I don't need anything.
No.
Although you do have the roundhouse, as we discussed. You do have
a parry. The roundhouse kick, yes.
That helps. And a parry, yeah, that helps.
Classic.
Okay, and as I mentioned, we'll have a couple of fun games coming up. Conker's Bad Fur Day is one of those games. It is 25 years old. As if you're listening to this episode and watching it, I think just a couple days prior, or the day of this recording, maybe it was. Anyways,
the day of this recording.
Day of this recording.
Yep,
it is
right now as we speak. It is 25 years old,
which is roughly a week before you'll hear this episode. Is 25 years old. So we are going to get to that to celebrate it. As much as Jiggy has played multiple versions and played it probably 100 times, when
we get to it, I'm gonna have a lot to say. So you'll want to tune in. A lot of useless knowledge.
It is all very, very useful. That is not true. I have a history with it, but I don't know if I actually don't remember if I've played the entire thing. I've played it multiple times, but I don't know if I've actually personally made it to the end, start to finish kind of thing. So, but I'm excited to play that. So that's one of the episodes and games coming up, and talking to a couple people about potentially coming on the show as well for other episodes, but we'll keep you posted. And head over to Patreon as well. I did mention either the last episode, the one before, I'm trying to be a little bit more active on there and not sort of let it lapse like I had been over the holidays and stuff, and life getting in the way and everything. But again, try and put up, obviously all the episodes are always early there if you want, but a couple other things added on as well, like my early thoughts on games that we're playing. And there'll be paid and free options on there. Kind of going to use it as like a landing page for things that aren't episodes, things you can get early and all that. But I'll keep tweaking it. And if anybody has ideas of what they would love to see, I'm happy to hear it. I want to take any kind of constructive feedback and criticism and all that. All for it. I'm all yours. So
no, we don't want it. We don't want any criticism. We just want praise. We just want praise. So you take your criticism and turn it into praise, and then tell us how great we are. That's all we want.
Or else.
I mean, I'll take that. Or else. Or else you will not be tucking and rolling away from our shots. Okay, so thanks everyone for listening. Paul, thank you so much for coming on the show. This was great to have you on, and a great game to have us cover. So thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for having me on. And just real quick, it's a bit of a full circle moment. I spend a lot of time in this office taking controllers apart, fixing them up, whatnot. And I can't tell you how many hours I've been listening to you and Jiggy talk about N64 games. So crazy full circle moment for me. It's been fun.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, stop.
Well, hopefully...
I'm not sorry.
He's not sorry.
He's not sorry. Just whatever.
Can I say before we go?
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
before we go, I've been wanting to point this out the whole time, but I haven't. Dave, behind you, your door is open, and like the like horror games connoisseur that I am, all I can picture is a face appearing in that like black void that I'm seeing. It's like prime. Dude, that would have been terrifying. If it happened one time, I would people need to go back and watch this YouTube video. Just watch that the entire time and just log it if something happens, if there's like a ghost or something, because that is prime terrifying door crack.
I have the door just a crack open because it gets too warm in here if I don't. This is actually a very small room. It's like, it's not a closet, but it's not a bigger. It's the size of like a very like small bathroom. Essentially, it's not very
like big. A walk-in closet.
It is almost like, it is actually kind of the size of a walk-in closet in a way. Like it's probably 12 feet deep in total from where my computer screen is to where this shelf is. Not very big. And then the same, it's a square and the same wide. If I have that door closed, it's way too hot in here. And our kid was having a little bit of trouble getting down, and he's up a couple floors, but he's a sensitive sleeper. So I'm gonna just a little bit. I'm in the basement, but still I'm just gonna, so that's the reason why. And also
all I can see is like white eyes and like teeth and just like,
yeah, there's also one of those. There's also one of those there too. Yeah, there's also that. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Horrifying.
Well, I'm glad I could make you feel uneasy. Mission accomplished.
I've been watching it like every time your head's covering it, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And then you move out of the way and I'd be like looking at it and just be like staring at it for like an extended period of time. Yeah, exactly.
That was really great for the audio listeners. Me pretending to be a monster that you couldn't hear or see.
Watch the video. What are you doing? Watch the video.
Watch the video. It's actually a lot of fun. Honestly, between just watching the gameplay and us sort of doing silly things like that, Jiggy was very physical today, and we'll have a pre-show chat of that too on Patreon. There you go, everybody. Talking about Resident Evil and Jiggy working out. So
yeah, I got a little out of breath. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out of shape,
It's good
man.
form.
it was pretty good form. You know,
Did you see my roundhouse kick?
Yeah. It's at least knee height, at least.
Wow.
Is that the sound effect that comes out of your foot when you hit something?
Yes.
Like you don't actually have to make that with your mouth.
It's like a purple, like starry looking thing, and it says "Wapow" in like yellow text. Yep.
That's just straight up talent, everybody. Jiggy Look Back, Paul from Remnant Controllers, and Remember 64 across the board, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us on the stream. Thanks for everyone for watching and listening. We'll see you next time on the show. Ciao.